Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fake Music Only, the best podcast online for discussing all things EDM. I'm your host, Cole, aka the Big Finicheti, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, IMG.
What's up?
And you know today's guest for tracks like Pain Pills, Sidem, Paroxetine, and tons of great bootlegs and remixes, as well as his status as the co-founder of the Half Heart Project. Gabe, how you doing?
I am doing good.
It's good to finally have you on this thing. I know we've been talking about it for a while.
The rhythm boy.
Yeah, exactly. But right off the bat, because I've been curious about this since I found your channel. Why is the A in your name so weird?
So it's actually because of Spotify. Because every time I would release my songs without the A, they would always go under someone else's name. So I was like, how do I fix this problem? And I just put a dot under the A, and then all was fine and dandy.
You just so that's what the semicolon's for. It's not for like an artistic purpose. It's just like
It's literally just because Spotify hates me. But now it's kind of become a stylistic thing. But the original purpose of it was just so I could release stuff on Spotify without going under other people's names.
That's actually really interesting. It does make your name like incredibly difficult to type out, though.
Exactly.
I will say that there's a lot of copy and pasting going on there. But how long have you actually been releasing music on Spotify for? Like, because I know a lot of your early stuff was just SoundCloud, like mashups and stuff. And I don't think Pain Pills was on Spotify either, right?
Yeah, Pain Pills and the remixes weren't on Spotify. I believe all my original tracks, my first songs that I released, got re-released on Spotify from a small label called Riverworld, which ended up dying.
Ooh.
So, they are on there. I think they're listed under the wrong name though.
Oof.
But either way, I know my older tracks are on Spotify because they were re-released. So
It's kind of interesting now because now you don't have to go through any other record labels because you just fucking started your own.
I get to know the struggle.
Yeah. What's it like? What's it like from the label's perspective, putting shit up? I'm not gonna lie, I've always been curious about this. Like, is it just a big upload button that you get if you like do everything correctly, or what?
With how we did it, we were referred to our distributor through Disciple because we use Label Engine, same distributor that Disciple uses. You have to apply in order to be able to use it, and I think their application acceptance rate's like 30%, and somehow we got accepted.
Wow.
Basically, after that, there's a distribute button that you hit, and then you put in all the tracks information. You have to make sure everything is right, because if you mess something up, you can't change it for 2 months. So you have to enter all this information in, and then double check everything's right, and then you send it off. If you send it off 4 weeks before the release, you can like submit it to like Spotify and iTunes and Tidal for like promotion, so they can like put it in official Spotify playlists or official iTunes playlists.
Wow. So
but the absolute minimum time you can release it before it comes out is 1 week before release.
1 week. Okay. Wow. But like 4 months and 2 months and all that. That's, I don't know. I've obviously never like released music or anything like that, but that feels like so crazy far in advance. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. To put it into perspective, I'm proud of where the label is right now because we have songs queued up until like September. So
Wow. With how frequent are the releases like up until then?
it's one every week, one every Saturday, but still that's a lot of tracks. I didn't expect
It's
the
progress.
response.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that response to a new label.
I mean, yeah, 1 track a week is definitely solid. Like, yeah, that's a consistent schedule. Shit. What made you want to like start a record label up? Because it sounds fun on paper, but I feel like there's a ton of stress involved too with like all the technical stuff. And
I first kind of thought of starting my own record label when I realized how much of a bitch it is to sign to other record labels. As someone who has tried, there's a lot of dumb restrictions that I feel labels have, and I was just kind of like, you know what, I want to support people that I'm friends with that are artists that don't really have anywhere to release because they're really talented, but I don't want to join a label and then refer them to that label. I want to start something of my own, and then along the lines, or along making it and bringing it to life, Dill wanted to be the A&R and co-own it, so he hopped along, and yeah, we just kind of started it, signed a couple tracks that we were sent from friends, and then we've just kind of been sent things from there.
Nice. I think it's actually pretty great that you started this up, because like, honestly, ever since the pain pills, like, prescriptions or whatever, the remixes, they came out, like I'd never heard of a single artist on there, and there were a ton of tracks that were, you know, like, legitimately really impressive and all that. So
I just want to say that my boy Jake Clayekea is a really good producer, and he should be a lot more popular than he is.
Wait, sorry, what's his name again?
Clayekea.
Well,
Jake is his real name.
Well, as a matter of fact, we got a song from him to talk about if you want to just jump into it.
Yeah, sure.
Jump into that. Jump into half art stuff first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. You start with this.
Yeah. Spring's Innocence was the first track we released. It was the first track we ever got sent as well, because Jake didn't want to release on another label. He wanted to be a part of a collective with friends, so he refused to release on labels. So this was kind of his opportunity to finally release on a label.
That's pretty big. That's big of him. Wow.
Yeah, we signed his track because he's really good. He makes really nice, chill stuff, and we appreciate him a lot.
Yeah, no, I was a pretty big fan of this one. It's a bop and a half. Like, I was really surprised because I've, like, never heard of this guy before, like, even vaguely, really. Except was he in the Pain Pills remixes and I'm just forgetting his name, or?
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Yeah, then I guess I heard of it through there. But yeah, like, all the synths here are, like, really clean, and, like, the drums are great. I love that little, like, dum thing that he does. Like,
he records his own vocals. So, you mind if I have to do something really quick? Do you mind if I be right back?
Sure. We can. Yeah, we can talk about the track until you come back. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, there's a tempo change in the second half that I liked a lot. And it's just like I don't know. It's just really pleasant. Like, just such a nice thing to listen to. IMG, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but anyone who knows me knows I'm not for anything chill. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I kind of didn't really listen to it fully, but from not like I didn't listen to it all the way through, but I didn't really, like, give it my full attention. But from, you know, what I remember from it, I enjoyed it. Wasn't it, like, future based kind of ish?
Yes, yeah, sort of. I don't know. It's a little weird to classify because the tempo goes in some different places, but yeah, I guess future bass is where I'd put it.
Yeah, okay, I am thinking of the right song. Good. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't listen to it, like, again unless it, you know, came up in a playlist, but it was a pretty good song, you know.
Yeah. One thing that I noticed in the track is that there are vocal chops in it, and not, like the high pitched sort of vocal chops, and usually usually those are kind of a miss for me. Vocal chops in general are kind of hit or miss for me. And usually when they're high pitched, it's a detriment to the track. But I actually enjoyed these because they were I don't know why exactly, but I felt that they were just implemented correctly. Like, they just fit in this setting.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is like, as far as, first songs to start a label off with, this is definitely really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Little better than Hello by Going Quantum, but
Yeah.
that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah,
Well, I
no.
mean, that wasn't even the first song, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was a Fixa, right? Dubstep called
Yeah.
Rock and Roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting better. I know my history. You know, I gotta
Slowly but surely.
I gotta study. Still don't know shit about what songs are on what compilations, but know the I sort of know the early ones. But yeah, this is yeah. I really don't have too much else to say about this track, but I'm like, Clayekea is now just kind of on my radar, whereas he just wasn't at all before. So yeah,
Yeah.
good job. Spring's Innocence, bada bing, bada boom. Um, IMG. Let's just track, because I don't want to move on to another track without Gabe. So I don't know
Um,
what's been up with you. It's been a while. Let's catch up.
well, I just kind of like hiatus for a while. School was just killing me. Junior year sucks, everyone. Please never go through it ever again. But yeah, junior year just blew hard, and compounded with the fact that this is my first year in a new town. It just kind of like blew harder. So yeah, but now I'm back, hopefully, for the rest of my life. No, I'm kidding. But
Fake music only forever.
Yes, exactly. Hopefully for the rest of the show, though. Yeah.
Nice.
So.
I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, junior year definitely does suck the worst out of out of any high school year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like ACT and SAT stuff just totally fucking killed me.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was going through it.
I got a fun story about the ACT actually. So I registered for the June 8th test date, which was this past Saturday, and I forgot to submit my photo ID.
Oh god.
And I didn't realize this until 40 minutes after the deadline. So I was like, oh fuck. So I went and I logged in to the ACT portal, and it still let me upload the ID. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good.
Nice.
And my test, like the date didn't show up in my upcoming test. So I was like, what? So I emailed ACT, and it turns out after doing a little more research, that I couldn't take the test because I had still passed the deadline, which sucks because it blew out my entire test fee I took. But anyway, what makes this story even funnier is the fact that they emailed me this past Monday, 3 days after the test, saying, you can't take the test and here are your options. A, you can not do anything and have your test fee completely non-refundable. Or B, which is what I attempted to do, you can change your date to a later test, pay a $30 fee, and then your $50 fee from the other test gets refunded. And the point of the matter was A, the next test date was completely, booked. B, I couldn't go past that test date. And C, it's past the original test date. I can't change the date.
So the ACT just totally fucked you before you even took it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Very, very typical of the ACT.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's the worst shit in the world. My god. Yeah. Yeah. No, that
lesson learned, make sure you fucking do your shit when you get it.
The good news is you're almost a senior, and senior year is a blast. Or at least it was for me, because you just don't have to worry about shit as long as you take care of it all early on. But yeah, Gabe, welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah. We both like Spring's Innocence. I like the vocal chops quite a lot, which is cool because I don't really like vocal chops too often. So yeah. So unless you really hate this track, I think we got a good consensus going.
Yeah, I like it. I'm excited for Jake to release more because he plans on submitting us more tracks. He's out of any like smaller, because Jake is like 14, So
what?
yeah.
Hold on. Oh
Actually,
man.
I actually don't remember exactly, but he's either 14 or 15. I don't remember if his birthday was recently, but he is young and he's really fucking good.
Oh man, that just blew my mind.
We gotta pull him more
Yeah.
kismet.
Yeah. More Kismet's got competition.
He deserves some more recognition for what he
Yeah.
does.
Tons of young producers are like kind of coming out nowadays with like more Kismet and Mastadon, and now Clayekea just totally impressing the shit out of me. Man, that's nuts. Yeah, I can't wait to. I hope he puts out an EP or something. Love that. But yeah, going from single to single. Let's talk about Relapse for a bit. By Glae, who is an artist that I don't think was on the prescriptions at all. I don't think I've had any. I don't think I've listened to anything from this guy. And I think this is probably my favorite song that's on the Half Heart project right now. For sure. I love the drum pattern and the bass, and there's like a panning piano that's in the middle that I love. I love like the vocoded vocals, like that lead in the second drop. It's just like man, this is just such a chill, bouncy vibe. I don't really have too many problems with it. The one thing is that there's this like that in all the build-ups, there are these really fast drums that come in, and I feel like they're too intense for the track, and they kind of mess with the mood a bit. But that's really it. Like that's really the only complaint I have with this thing.
So, funny thing about those like snare rolls before the drops, I was supposed to ask Glae to remove them, and I forgot. So, either way,
Oh, well.
I still really like the track. I mean, it wouldn't be on my label if I didn't like it. There's a vibe that this track has that I really enjoy, and I've never heard Glae release anything, so when I heard it, I was like, we'd totally release this because it's pretty solid. And yeah.
How many submissions did you guys have to like weed through to find these?
I can probably actually open up my submission form and look.
Ooh, nice.
I think I calculated this like a week or two ago, so there's some some submissions that don't really account into this. We have an acceptance rate of about like 60%.
Nice.
So we've accepted a fair amount of tracks. A lot of them actually are tracks that I denied originally, but then said that there were some things that could be fixed, and then they were resent, and then I accepted them because I don't want to just be like, I don't like this, so I won't sign it. If it's well made, then I may as well sign it because it's good.
How much of a say does Dill have when it comes to what tracks get signed?
For track signing, he's kind of like, I don't know a way to compare it, but for me, if I find a track that I like, I can sign it. If he finds a track that he likes, he can send it to me, and then I can decide whether or not it's signed.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm kind of like the main, like the override for it. So if there's a track, because Dill doesn't produce or anything, so I feel like there's some things he's gonna miss with tracks.
Like just in terms of quality and stuff, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
yeah, I'm kind of like the override of the decision, but 99.9% of the time we'll both look over a release and then collectively decide if we want to sign it or not.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, this is yeah. I don't think we've ever talked to someone that managed their own record label before on here. So this is very interesting to me.
So many firsts.
Yeah, exactly. First comeback for IMG as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of you, IMG. What do you think of Relapse by Glae? I think we kind of skipped over you.
Yeah. Well, the main vibe I get is lo-fi, like lo-fi hip hop. I love it. It's great. I've heard of Glae before. He did a How We Win remix, and I've kind of known him. Like, I say kind of loosely, as in like I've been in a couple Discord servers with him, and he's also working with a bunch of other people on a secret project. Hush, hush. But yeah, so
I think I know what this project is, but
you better know what this project is.
Yeah.
How am I the only one that's not in on this secret? I don't.
We'll tell you after the show.
Okay, fine. That's acceptable.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna totally go back to his How We Win remix. I thought that it was okay. Like the build up kind of seemed too long, but once it got past that, it was good. And I think this is definitely a linear improvement from that. I guess, but yeah, it's lo-fi. You know how to get me pretty much.
What was the How We Win remix, like a chill remix or what?
It was
trance,
I think.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Now I wanna
Yeah.
I wanna hear that.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, this is definitely a linear improvement, and I honestly think that he's got a lot of great things ahead of him if he keeps on this path.
Nice.
I agree.
Solid
Yeah.
shit. All right, cool.
Yeah.
3 thumbs up all around for all the Half Heart project releases.
We didn't even talk about
and that
Helping
just
Hands.
leaves one. Yeah, I know. Helping Hands, Volume 1 EP. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
this is my EP, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
biased.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you want to start with this? What do you want to say about
yeah,
your own
sure.
EP?
So, I want to say that I really enjoyed making it. Unfortunately, I think I covered this enough, but some people didn't hear me mention it. So 2 of the tracks on the EP are supposed to have vocals, and on the YouTube and SoundCloud uploads they have vocals, but on
not on
stores they
iTunes.
don't. Yeah,
Ooh,
on stores there are no vocals, and it's because the original distributor I had, terrible distributor. It was for when I solo released. They were sticklers about using any form of vocal sample, and the person who did the vocals in the track, Finicheti, they requested a legal document saying that she was okay with the usage of the vocals, and she signed it, and I sent it to them, and they thought it was fake, so they did not.
What?
What?
That's how much of sticklers they are about vocals.
That's insane. All right.
In the end, just playing it safe, even though it was through a different distributor, I had just removed the vocals, which I guess may have taken away from a couple of the songs. But either way,
what tracks were they that were supposed to have them?
Timefold and Take a Chance.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see how those would fit, or how vocals would fit there. Damn.
Now I gotta go listen to him on SoundCloud.
Yeah, me too. I've only heard the Apple Music version. Yeah, now I'm curious.
Yeah.
So, and then the other 2 tracks, Parazetine VIP and 4 AM. So the VIP ended up replacing another song that I didn't like, because I was working on it, and then I was kind of like, I really like this, so I slapped it on the EP because it's my song, and I can release it as a VIP, even though the original is not distributed through Label Engine. And then 4 AM, I don't know how to feel about it.
It's probably my favorite track on the EP, honestly. I like it a lot.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
That's reassuring.
It was late at night and I was tired, and the anime sample caught me like so off guard.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What is it with like dubstep artists sampling anime? What's the deal?
It's because it catches everyone off guard. It makes your track memorable.
True.
Dubstep artists also sample American cartoons like Rick and Morty a ton too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's not forget that. I guess I'll go. Yeah, this is another first we've ever talked about an artist project with the artist in the call. Well, okay, let's see, where do I go with this thing? I guess I'm gonna start off by saying that I've liked a lot of your previous work a lot, like your bootleg of Falling. I still like that a lot. Sidem's a banger. I think my favorite track from you is probably a remix of Starlight. That track has like a ton of energy. Love that one.
Definitely proud of that,
Yeah.
because getting to make something for someone who inspired me to make music was pretty fantastic.
Is Matt Duke one of your bigger inspirations?
Yeah, Matt Duke is probably my biggest inspiration for music.
Really?
I
Wow.
would say, because his tracks on Monster Cat in like 2011 are probably the most standout 2011 songs I've ever heard. And I like that because it may seem like I mainly release Rhythm, but I've been working on a lot of happy hardcore. So
Yeah, I saw that you had that freeform hardcore release,
mhm.
which is a genre I'd never heard of until that. So that was interesting. But yeah, in terms of this EP, this doesn't have my favorite stuff from you. Although there's quite a lot of stuff I enjoy here. 4 a.m. still, yeah, 4 a.m. is definitely my favorite track. I like it a lot. The drop sounds like ridiculously metallic and robotic, and the sounds carry a real energy. So I like that. I do kind of wish that the melody in that track translated to the growls instead of making them more one note. But even besides that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a ton. And also, I think I butchered this name in the intro. I called it like paroxetine or something. How do you pronounce it?
To be fully honest with you, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
You were probably closer than I was.
All right. I remember actually seeing you make the original on stream like a while back. So it's cool to see this, released on the EP here. It's super deep and atmospheric, and I love like the a lot of the noises sound bit crushed. Like a lot of the miscellaneous sound effects in the second half are great as well. Yeah, it's just super deep. Really love this one. In terms of the earlier tracks, I did have a harder time getting into them. Like Take a Chance and Dr. Death both sort of have the same problem where I don't feel like it progresses enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the drops don't feel super impactful. And like not every track needs a drop, but with these ones in particular, it felt like it was kind of dragging it along a bit more.
I wish I could have done more with those, especially with Take a Chance. Take a Chance is the oldest song on that EP. I kind of sat on it for a while. It was during a time where I struggled a lot with repetition, and I think I'm getting better at it now with how my more recent songs are sounding. And also Take a Chance, Dr. Death, and Timefold are like my first real takes into like true melodic sounding stuff. So
that's interesting. Actually, I didn't think of that. But yeah, Take a Chance and Dr. Death. I wasn't a huge fan of for basically the reasons that you said. I think you are getting better with repetition though. Like your recent tracks, I like a lot. And Timefold with AWB. I don't like the intro, but I do like the drop quite a bit. Except for like the synth stabs that come in. Those are I don't have a particular reason for that. I just don't like them that much. I just don't like the way they sound. It just doesn't resonate with me too much. But even with them, I'm able to like the third drop quite a lot. So they're much more in the background there. So yeah, I'm kind of in the middle on Timefold. I like 4 a.m. and P redacted VIP. I like those a lot. More iffy on the other two. IMG, what about you?
Okay, I'm gonna be absolutely honest. I was expecting typical Gabe Rhythm style.
Hell yeah.
and I was thoroughly disappointed, but that is very good because I like to see when artists change up their style, you know? And because like I was like totally taken aback by almost every track on this EP.
Don't worry,
I
we're
was,
going back to Formula One after this one.
yeah, exactly. I was like, wait a minute. This is the Gabe, the one who makes all these fucking rhythm bangers, making like this more melodic, more like deep dub type stuff. I was like, and honestly, I'm just thoroughly impressed. I don't really have too much to say in depth, but you know, you impressed me, and that's saying something. Actually, maybe that's not saying something. I don't know. The point is, you did a good job at surprising a lot of us who, you know, were like I said, expecting just more rhythm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
Funny thing is, I've been making a lot of like melodic stuff lately. I've been diving into this style of like, it's rhythm, but it has like really wavy like saws on it. Like it's kind of a melodic style. So I've been messing around with that lately. I want to show you a remix that I'm probably releasing soon. Once we're done with the podcast, I want to show you guys it, and then maybe get some feedback on it. But
oh, cool beans.
ID.
definitely doing melodic stuff more, but I'm definitely not dropping rhythm anytime soon.
Yeah.
I have a lot of rhythm tracks in the works, which is pretty normal with me.
It is
the,
cool that
the
you're.
G
It
in
is,
Gabe stands for good rhythm.
yes.
Mhm.
It is good that you're branching out. I think because when I think of your music, I think rhythm and psytrance, which is really unique. But it's cool to see that you're making different stuff. Especially melodic dubstep because you know that's kind of getting more popular nowadays with like Chime and Frankie Nuts and all them making it. But yeah, nice. Half Heart. All the Half Heart stuff reviewed, mostly enjoyed. If you want to listen to any of those Spotify links, and actually no, probably not Apple Music links, but Spotify links in the description, along with everything else that we'll wind up talking about. Let's see, where do we want to jump from here? There's a lot of options. Gabe, you can choose. Like literally anything, literally anything on the list doesn't matter.
Let's see. Let's get the album out of the way. Let's talk about Tim.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll start. It's kind of strange hearing like new Avicii music at this point in time, over a year after his unfortunate passing. And because this is like posthumous work, I am, you know, like I'm kind of tempted to just be like, this is a good album made for the fans and all that, but I feel like it'd be kind of disrespectful to his memory if I just lied and chilled out like that. So and being honest, a lot of Avicii's older stuff never really struck too much of a chord with me. I did like, you know, Levels and you know, I still like Wake Me Up, even though that's, you know, super popular poppy song or whatever, but yeah, a lot of his albums and, you know, work didn't really connect with me. And overall, I feel kind of, you know, like this album didn't really change too much for me in terms of that. Most tracks here I feel like can be boiled down to like the vocals, the synth lead, and the melody. Like drums aren't too noticeable. Neither really anything else I could say. And it's fine to have that sort of formula, but for most tracks here, I always feel like one of those things is kind of off. Like either the melody's kind of weird, or the synth lead's annoying, or the vocals just suck, or whatever. I did enjoy Peace of Mind to start out the album, and I also enjoyed Hold the Line. Those were probably my favorite tracks on there. But, you know, tracks like Ain't a Thing just has like good vocals but not much else, and Freak is kind of underwhelming, and I don't like the vocals on Bad Reputation and all that. So yeah, I'm probably leaning more towards the negative side with this thing. I don't want to get disrespectful, but I don't want to be dishonest here. But yeah, I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. IMG, what are you thinking?
Okay, I need to say that I'm not allowed to speak badly of this album because of that one bad taste joke I
Oh,
made back in episode
oh
2.
yeah.
I'm not allowed to speak bad about this album at all. But no, actually, I honestly enjoyed this at least, more than I would expect to have. Um, I think looking through the lens of it being released as kind of like the capstone of a career and a life, makes it a lot better than if you're just looking at it as just a posthumous album. But I mean, this was the very first thing I listened to when you originally posted the original list or whatever, and like what was it, Tuesday or whatever. So like I didn't take notes at all, so I kind of forgot, and I didn't re-listen to this. But
Take notes, damn it.
I'm sorry. I need to work on that. But one track here. I'm just looking at the track list if I can find it again. Hold on just a second.
You got
There
this.
it is. I got it. I do want to say I did enjoy Hold the Line more than I thought I would. And I totally enjoyed Heart Upon My Sleeve. I hate Imagine Dragons, like in general, but I think their vocals complemented the track. And then Fades Away because it's like a really good outro. So, but yeah, otherwise, I don't have much else to say about it. Obviously, I can't speak about it negatively because of my bad taste jokes. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty good album, especially like I said, looking through that lens of it just being kind of a capstone of a career and a life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Gabe, what are your thoughts on this thing?
I guess for me, because I didn't really have an attachment to Avicii, that this album does not hit super strong for me. And to be fair, I don't listen to this type of music, obviously. The only song that really sticks with me is the Imagine Dragons feature, and that's because I kind of like him. Well, not really as much anymore, but when I was a wee lad, I did enjoy me some Imagine Dragons. I'm still a wee lad. I'm only 17. It's an age.
Dude, when I was at summer camp, Radioactive was a bop, and no one can tell me otherwise. Even though some people say that's like the worst song ever made.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did a mashup of Radioactive with Haunted by Slippy, and it was a mistake. I don't know
Oh
why.
my god.
Is that still up?
Maybe.
Oh, no.
I can't tell you.
That's one of the redacted. It's interesting that you both like the Imagine Dragons collaboration on here. Whereas I thought it was kind of bad. Like really cheesy. Mostly just cheesy, I guess. And also I thought that the fact that it kind of built up into like the drop where it's just a beat on top of like strings. It's just like what?
I honestly think what made me like it was how cheesy it was.
that that happens sometimes. Something's like so much of one element that it like loops around and it becomes good again. But also like the growl, like there were these dubstep growls in the last 30 seconds that just, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah, I can't rant about tracks here. Because I want to be honest, but I don't want to be disrespectful about this thing. Because I know a lot of Avicii fans are clinging to this because this is like this might sound mean, but I'm hoping that this is the last music that gets released under his name because
I think any more that were to get released would literally just be exploiting his name for money.
Yeah, exactly. We do not want to pull like a Michael Jackson at this point and release fucking posthumous albums until like, when the hell was his last posthumous? Yeah, exactly.
XXX Tentacion is still like tracks still come out, and like none of them are finished, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
yeah, so hopefully this is it. I'm glad we got the album. It does seem mostly him. You know,
one other thing that I want to add really quick. It
Sure.
does not. The tracks don't really have an Avicii charm because they were finished by other producers, and you can kind of tell because I feel like all of Avicii's music has a charm to it, from what I've heard, and none of the songs really have a charm to them. Like, I could mistake them for many pop-sounding EDM songs.
yeah. Yeah, I can see that, honestly. What was it that they said? I think they said that all of the tracks here were like between 80 and 90% completed.
Yeah.
And like on paper it's like, oh, they were basically done. That's fine, but like it does feel like a just like a big thing with all these tracks is that I feel like you could add something else in the drop. They all feel kind of simple, both in like the sounds used and the structure. And I think that's what the last 20 to 10% is for. Just adding those finishing touches. I don't know. It's kind of weird looking at this thing.
Also, back to the Michael Jackson like posthumous album thing. He's released 3 albums since he died.
Really?
3. Yeah, 3 albums.
Wow.
And he
sad.
like they just released the single last year in August.
Wait, what?
Like-
Wait, what?
Yeah, like it's like just stop already. He already, his estate already has enough money. Like, relax. It's not like a money issue here or anything like that. It's like you're honestly exploiting him at this point.
Well, no, it is a money issue because that's why they're doing this. They just want cash.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying it's not necessary for him to get the cash.
Yeah, for sure.
I respect Tim as an album. It's a good concept. It respects his death. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the proceeds are going to the organization that his parents made. That I think is a suicide prevention organization.
Yeah, no, it is a suicide prevention. So yeah, like proceeds going to charity is great. After everyone gets paid, everything else goes to goes to those organizations and all that.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Yeah, I don't feel like this. Like, whereas with the Michael Jackson albums and with the XXX songs coming out today, I don't feel like this was made for money. I feel like this was made for like A, for the fans, and B, like for that to get some cash going for that charity. So yeah, it's kind of hard to come too hard on this thing. But yeah, I still didn't really enjoy most of the tracks here, but I don't know. I guess check out Hold the Line and the Imagine Dragons collaboration. Those seem to be running favorites here. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. And Avicii, Tim, rest in peace. Let's go to something happier. CloudNone Direct, Lost and Found. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
IMG, I'm gonna let you start with this.
Okay, CloudNone, more like Cloud Not. I'm sorry, I had
Why?
to say that. I'm sorry.
Why did you have to?
Yeah.
It's so perplexing to me. All right.
Okay, so CloudNone and Direct, 2 of like the biggest chill out names in the industry right now. Now you wouldn't think that they'd be collaborating together, but they are. And it's not just a one-off. It's a 3-track freaking EP. And I'm all I'm gonna say is I fucking love it. Cause I'm like, it's no secret that I'm a big fan of CloudNone. I'm also a pretty big fan of Direct. That one might be more of a secret. But when Chasing Daylight was released as a single, I was like freaking out, and then someone's like, "Oh, they're doing a 3-track EP," and I was like, "Okay, I'm like gonna die."
You're the only person that like freaks out to this extent over chill out music. I feel like, or like the only people the only person I know.
I always find it funny when people call chill out music fire. It just doesn't make sense.
You just feel like these soft piano melodies. Shit slaps.
Yeah, man, headbang. But no, I I just really like chill out music. You know, I don't know really how to explain it. I don't know. I just liked it a lot. But this EP like totally mashes both of CloudNone and Direct styles really well, in my opinion. And of course, you can't have a Direct EP or Direct song without Matt Van, apparently. And
Yeah, it's kind of a legal requirement, you know.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. And honestly, I know this sounds really stupid to have this be surprising, but I was kind of surprised slyly with the vocals. It would have been better if it was CloudNone and Doomu, if you ask me. But like,
ooh, that's a collaboration I would love to see.
That is yeah. But anyway, so my one gripe about this EP is it's not in order. I know that sounds weird.
Oh yeah, you talked about this.
Okay, so I was making the EP mix for this EP, which is a relatively short process considering it's a 3-track EP. But I mixed together Chasing Daylight and then Without You. And then I put in Lost and Found. I realized that they're both continuous. I was like, well, that's kind of odd. And then I heard this little click at the end of Lost and Found. I was like, what if I drag Chasing Daylight over there? So I did, and it sounded continuous. Like I had to do nothing to it. I was like, what? So yes, the real order for this EP, don't tell Monster Cat, you know, don't tell Mike Darlington
hide your kids, not your wife.
Yeah, exactly. This is top secret information. If anyone at Monster Cat's watching this, mute your audio for the next minute. The real order for the Lost and Found EP is Without You, Lost and Found, and then Chasing Daylight. There you go. Bada bing, bada bam, bada boom.
That has to be a mistake because I did notice that Without You went perfectly into Lost and Found.
Yeah, exactly.
That was kind of strange.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because Chasing Daylight was the single, they put it ahead. I don't know. But, yeah. Anyway, it's definitely typical CloudNone, obviously. And I enjoyed it. Yeah. I guess that's really all I had to say now that I've spoiled my secret. But, but yeah. What about you, Mr. Finicheti?
Ooh, okay. CloudNone is probably my favorite, like, you know, chill out garage artist right now, you know.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And Direct, I've never like loved Direct music, but I've never hated it either. I've just kind of respected his style. I did like Parallax, even though that's like super old, but I like that track a lot. So yeah, I was kind of you know, I had a pretty good idea of what this EP would be going into it and all that. And overall, it's just, you know, super pleasant instrumentals and solid vocal performances. Like, you know, Slyleaf killed it. Matt Van was, you know, his vocals were solid. The, like, pitch down vocals in Without You were kind of off-putting at first, but they've been growing on me with each listen. There's not too much that I really have to say. Like, I don't like one track more than the other here. I feel like they're pretty consistent in quality. And they also do feel kind of samey tracks, but that's okay because it's only 3 tracks long. So, you know, it doesn't become tedious or anything. Yeah, like on these all got added to my playlists, which doesn't happen that often. And if you've liked what was it, the Midnight Underground EP? Or am I butchering that? Yeah, okay, yeah. If you like that, then you like this, because it definitely sounds like more CloudNone. You know, with the, you know, like the plucky noises and all that. It's just, you know, it's just, yeah, just solid chill out music. I'm a fan. Gabe, your thoughts? I'm curious.
Well, I'm surrounded by 2 CloudNone fans, and I really don't like CloudNone. So,
get the boulder.
Yeah. Get the hammer.
So, I love Direct. It isn't a secret. Parallax is one of my favorite songs released on Monster Cat. My problem I have some personal issues with CloudNone that probably we'll talk about after the podcast. But in terms of his music, I do not like that he just shits out songs. Like, he has released a ton of songs within like half a year, and a lot of people would think, wow, that's really cool. But I think the problem with that is that many of them end up sounding the same, because that's not a lot of time to innovate and grow as an artist, and that really hurts this EP for me. I like the Slyly feature a lot. Not a super big fan of the Matt Van feature, because I'm not normally really a fan of Matt Van's vocals. I think that's primarily because lyrical content is usually very similar. For the most part, I totally see why people like the CP, but I can't get into it. Normally, I enjoy me some chill out, but not really digging this
I think
one.
you're just jelly. I think you're just jelly, Gabe.
Jealous. I do think that's an interesting complaint to bring up, that he's like putting out too much music, I guess. And I kind of see where you're coming from, because like it's not like there's a huge difference in these tracks and the Midnight Underground ones. But like forgive me if I'm wrong here, but wasn't like your favorite track from last year a Subtronics track? I think I remember that, right? Or at least that's how it was in like the list that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was I always forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting? It was literally my favorite song of last year. Anyway,
it happens.
You remembered it.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's interesting that you like the Subtronics track, even though, like, it I feel like he's kind of got the same problem going on, or at least he did, because in the beginning of last year he was putting out like so much music. He released 3 EPs by, I think, March, and they were all like on different labels and all that, and I didn't exactly feel like each EP was a huge progression from the last. But all the same, you like that one. So I don't know. Calling you out.
I think
Wow,
to be fair,
bullshit.
Subtronics sits on a lot of his IDs. Like, he waits to release them, and I think just at that point in time, he released a lot of his unreleased stuff. Like, his collab with Ganja White Knight Headband has been a thing for like a year and a half, and it didn't get released until like a year and a half after it was done. So to be fair, he sits on a lot of his songs. I guess I think my problem with CloudNone is just that a lack of innovation hurts in his scenario, because I guess for me, stuff like Garage is very hard to manipulate and to give like a kind of feel to it, whereas with stuff like dubstep in Subtronics case, he has like a one-of-a-kind style.
Huh. That's interesting. With CloudNone stuff sounding samey. I do agree, but it's also like I don't know exactly where else I would like him to go. Because I'm kind of a fan of the formula that he has going on right now and the sounds that he's using.
I would gladly take some more stuff. I always forget what the song is called. I forget the titles of many of CloudNone songs. It's mainly because I don't listen to him a ton, but whatever the song is that features LV, I would take more stuff like that with more features like LV, because I really like her. She's a very good vocalist.
Oh, Out There.
Yes.
The train artwork.
I would gladly listen to some more stuff like that. That's the only CloudNone song I can really get into.
To be fair, I was slightly disappointed that was not on this EP, or similar-ish sounding tracks, but like, yeah.
Out there seems more like a Midnight Underground leftover, with the with the cover art and all that. But
True.
Yeah. But all right, interesting. First,
I'm gonna have CloudNone fan's not happy with me.
I think I think that's the first negative review of a CloudNone anything that we've had on the podcast. So there we go.
Yeah.
Dislikes incoming. Probably not.
Well, since we were talking about Subtronics, why don't we talk about the Subtronics EP that we have on this list?
Bing bada boom. Cyclops Army. Gabe, you start out with this one.
I'm dying. Well,
that's bad.
I apologize if I'm like a little distracted. I'm at my sister's and her cat is going insane. Anyway, Cyclops Army. Well, if it wasn't apparent by my very clear bias like 5 minutes ago, I really like Subtronics. So, to be fair, I wasn't a fan of Cyclops Army, the title track, but what is it called? God, I hate myself. I can never remember
Glitch
track
Fight.
titles.
They call me.
Yeah, Glitch Fight.
Oh, Glitch Fight.
Glitch Fight is an incredible song. Something about it, just with that fake out at the beginning of the drop, is just so good. I like me some like glitchy retro sounding stuff. The other tracks weren't super stellar, but I liked them. Well, it won't be anything that goes into my like top of the year, but I think Glitch Fight definitely has a chance to be in that top pick of the year list. So
solid. For me, I think I'm like I think it's kind of funny because I think I brought up Subtronics in the last thing because I'm kind of feeling the same way with him as you are with CloudNone, where I think I'm getting a little tired of the typical sounds that he uses, because his output is definitely, more frequent than most, especially last year. So like the title track I didn't like too much either. Loopholes as well. Like by itself it sounds nice, but after hearing so many other Subtronics projects, I just don't feel the need to listen to this one more. Glitch Fight was spectacular. Yeah, like I don't think I think that's probably gonna be a universal favorite because that track's fucking crazy. And I actually like They Call Me a lot, because it has like tons of these high pitched noises in the drop, and that kind of helps give it its own identity. And I don't know why, I was just really getting into it too. So I'm kind of like 50-50 split on this one, whereas I just like 2 of the 4 tracks. And if this were school, that would be an F, but it's not. So I don't know, like B minus on this thing, I guess I'm feeling. Yeah. And
did you just like change scales randomly from?
We've never had like we've never had a consistent
thing. I don't care. You always use the numbers, man.
That's
might
okay.
as well just
6.
The
yeah.
fake music only number scale patented for us. If you steal it, we'll sue your ass.
Okay, 6 out of 10 then. It was good. If it were an A side B side thing with Glitch Fight and They Call Me, it'd be like an 8, but it's not. So yeah.
I think I agree with that rating. I'll also give it a 6 out of 10.
Nice. All right, IMG. Conformer, be left behind.
Okay, 6. No. Honestly, that's probably around where I stand with this. One thing I did enjoy was like a lot of those fake out drops. I was like, kind of like, I don't know how to explain it.
Faked out.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's what happens.
Yeah. But yeah. Glitch Fight was definitely a favorite of mine. Otherwise, I think all of it kind of was a little bland, if you ask me. But yeah, so yeah, 6 out of 10 I'll go with.
Nice.
Will conform.
Really diverse thoughts on this.
Yes.
On this project. Okay, let's see. You know what? I think let's go through the singles real quick. I kind of wanna just get through those because we got a couple EPs left to work with. IMG, from the singles, what do you want to talk about? I just realized you have like 2 options.
Let's talk about Sundance.
All right. Yeah, I'll go with this. I like Ephixa a whole lot. I've never sat down and like ranked Monster Cat artists or anything like that, but he's up there for one of my favorites on the label. Um,
Blasphemy.
what? Ah, he puts out great stuff.
No, blasphemy for not sitting down and ranking them.
Oh, oh,
No,
okay,
sorry.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like Affix is interesting because there's not really a style from him that I like more than everything else. Like I'll put out like a weird like drum and bass demo or whatever, and like synth wave and dubstep and whatever. Really I like most of it. And also he has collaborated with Heartful before. Sadly I haven't really took the time to check out Heartful stuff either, but you know, I like 2080 a pretty decent amount, so yeah, was looking forward to this. And I think this is probably one of his more just decent releases. You know, it's nice on the ears. It's a good it's a nice summer synthwave track, I guess. And I like some of the smaller elements. There are a couple synth leads that just kind of come and go and then never reappear. Same with like the guitar riff that comes in the middle of the track and then just kind of disappears forever. So there's a lot of little things that I like about this one. And I'm a fan of synthwave typically, so yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive on this. I don't know how often I'll be coming back, but yeah, it's decent enough. Gabe, what you thinking?
Okay, so you mentioned 2080. Used to be my favorite EDM song of all time.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
So how's this one hold up?
I don't know how to feel about this one. I struggled to form an opinion on it for the sole reason that I don't feel like it goes as far as it should. It doesn't have enough progression. If it progressed more, I think I would definitely enjoy it, but I'm kind of left hanging throughout the track.
I feel that.
And yeah, I totally respect it. Like it's well made, really cool song. It just didn't go far enough for me. That's really all I have to say about it. It doesn't really, it's not super stand out because of that.
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me, honestly. I don't typically feel the need for synthwave to have a whole lot of progression, just that genre in general. But yeah, I definitely feel like it could have went somewhere. IMG, what are you thinking?
Okay, this track, it's definitely more the little things I like than just the overall collective. One thing this track really suffers from is what I call the room syndrome, which is where you mention something once and you never bring it up again. Specifically that guitar riff in the middle, just we get that and then you don't see the guitar ever again. Like that's it, you know. Some say it's still muted on Ephixia's project file, but anyway.
I really I love that name, the room syndrome. I love that a lot, actually.
You better get that reference, man.
I've seen the room. I've seen the room.
Yes, yes, you know. But yeah. So honestly, yeah, it definitely sounds a lot like Ephixia's like future house style that he's been going into a little bit, except more synthwave oriented. But yeah, so again, it's more the little things in this track than the overall collective. Like it doesn't really progress enough, you know. But yeah, overall it's a decent track. I probably won't come back to it too much, but you know, if it plays on my shuffle playlist, then yeah, sure, I'll listen to it.
I wish Ephixa would make something besides synthwave, because like we had Dream State. And that was like honestly, I kind of felt the same way about that track as I do about this one, where I just kind of, you know, it's nice.
Can we just get like can we just get like normal dubstep Ephixa back, please?
I'm okay. I'm okay with just house Ephixa too, because I love things like Skyforth and Losing You and those.
I'm okay with any type of Ephixa as long as the song has a like unique aspect to it that makes me remember it. That's I think what really makes me enjoy some of Ephixa songs, like Losing You especially.
Yeah,
as one of the most memorable vocal performances on the label, in my opinion. So
I agree. That's one of Laura's best, I think. Just in general, which is nuts because she's really good. But yeah, Ephixa, Heartful, Sundance, reviewed. I'm gonna start with Taska Black because I think this is the thing that I have the least amount to say about. Because I'll be honest, I really know nothing about Taska Black or his music. I'm very in the dark. I haven't kept up with him at all. And this track doesn't really do too much for me either. Although, like you know, it's well made and everything. The vocals are nice. The drop is nice. That's it. Nothing really stands out to me. I don't know. Maybe like I have heard people talk about Taska Black a lot. So either this is really missing for me, or it's just not his best stuff. So yeah, I don't know. IMG, take the wheel.
It's typical Taska Black Bitburb. That's pretty much it.
Wow.
Although,
Okay.
yeah, although I will say at the very end there's like that kind of like San Holo-esque guitar. I forget which. It's from album 1. I forget which song. I should know this because it was one of my favorites. It was 2018. Surface. There it was. But like the end guitar from Surface and the end guitar in Backwards of Love seem very similar.
Is that a good thing
Maybe
or a
not
bad thing?
It's a good thing because I honestly really like that part of Surface. But like, yeah, other than that, typical Taska Black Bitburb. Done.
In depth. Most
Yes.
in-depth discussion on all of YouTube. Gabe, what you thinking? What do you got?
Good vocals. That's all.
Okay, moving on. God, that's gonna be the shortest timestamp ever. Okay. IMG, you didn't listen to Spineless, right?
No, I did not.
Okay, I'm gonna let you start with this one then.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding. You don't have to. It's okay. This is
It's good.
it's pretty good. Dodge. But yeah, this is kind of an interesting track from Reid. For those that don't know, it's Getter's rap alias, and I think it's actually really good for, you know, an EDM artist's rap alias. It kind of has like the energy of Dead to Me, but the beat of like Buried Alive. And it's kind of like conflicting energies because I don't know if I want to just bop my head or be sad, but it somehow works out, I think.
That's the weirdest description. I don't know if I want to bop my head or be sad.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like
it's real sad bop hours.
no, like the lyrics are super they're super depressing and all that, but like it's got like this whistling and record scratching in the beat, you know. So like I'm just gonna.
Well,
like...
hey, everyone listens to Pumped Up Kicks, and it's about a fucking like someone shooting up a bunch of people.
That's true, but
same principle.
But they sound happy while they're. No, they don't sound happy, but you know they sound upbeat when they're singing it, and in this Tanner sounds dead as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not on streaming services, so you know, don't feel the need to check this out if you don't really want to. But if you've liked Reid stuff, then I'd recommend Spineless. Yeah. Gabe, what are you thinking? I say that too much.
Spineless. I don't know what era of vibe I'm getting, but there's some sort of like old school vibe I'm getting from the song with the production that I'm really fucking into that shit. Like, it sounds sick. You know, when I first heard about Reid starting, I didn't think I would enjoy the music, but honestly, I really like it. Reid is an artist that I follow a lot, so I enjoy the song. I'm a little sad that it's not on streaming services, but that is okay.
I think it's like he said last year that he was putting out an album by the end of 2018. That didn't happen, so maybe maybe this is the first single off that, and he just doesn't want to spend the money on, you know, getting it on Apple Music.
That could be fair, yeah. Yeah,
but also I know he's had trouble with getting some tracks up there as well. Like Chernobyl's not there, and neither is Bounce Back. Those are really great as well. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a licensing issue. Yeah. Now it's IMG's turn. All right, cool. We're moving on. Nice.
There is nothing going on in my
Yeah.
cranial cavity, Mr. Finicheti.
Fuck did you just say to me? That's amazing. All right. Shit. Get it? Mastadon. Shit. Volume 1. Okay. Yeah. Gabe, I'm gonna let you take it.
Okay, so a lot of people hype Mastadon. He's cool. He's 17. He's pretty talented for his age. I guess it's just because the type of music I'm into. I don't really. The EP doesn't really click with me a ton. Oof is pretty fantastic. If I'm not mistaken, I could be mixing it up for another track. Oof is a mixture of 2 songs from his joke alias, which I think is Moog.
Wait, that's Mastodon?
Yeah, Moog is Mastadon, I believe.
Yeah, I remember seeing like the Moog and Toog or whatever.
There's Toog and Goot, which is Murda and Samplifier. That's who Toog and Goot is. And then Moog is Mastadon.
Learn something new every day.
I believe that Oof. I can't remember if it's Oof. It might be Cthulhu. I'm pretty sure reuses a track under the Moog alias called Expupinate. Which, by the way, is a fantastic title. There's another thing about Mastadon that I'm not a super big fan of, and he resamples a lot, like a little too much for my taste. If you've ever heard, I forget the name. It's the Woolly collab. That
I was gonna bring this up too. Elephant March.
He resamples the main bass, and it just feels like Elephant March VIP because of that, because of how much he uses it. I think it's good EP for people that like that kind of stuff. Well made. It's Mastodon. He's a talented boy. I just can't really get into it, and it's mainly because of the other tracks being resampled and stuff like that.
Damn. I haven't checked out too much Mastodon, sadly. But I did hear that Woolly collab. I think I heard his last EP at some point, although I don't think I remember it. And also Buggas, which he did with Heckler, I think. That's probably my favorite thing that he's put out, because that thing's fucking ridiculous. And I saw everyone was talking about this a lot, so I kind of got my hopes up. I think a little too high. Because this this EP is good, but it's nothing super mind blowing. I think Oof is my favorite from the EP as well. I think it's probably the heaviest thing in the project as well. I also like Cthulhu a lot because it's like super frantic and it's got these weird drum patterns and it's all stuttery. And also the atmosphere is pretty thick as well. Kind of like almost an Arabian vibe in like the middle. The only problem is that track is like 2 minutes and 10 seconds long, which is way too short, I think. But the other tracks are a bit more forgettable, I think. Shit uses like the Elephant March sounds. Like you said, I like Elephant March a lot, so I'm almost okay with it, but it just does come off as just a little too, recycled. And I don't know. Haze is Haze. I don't have much to say about that. I don't know. I kind of have weird feelings about this thing, because I don't know if I'm positive or negative on it. I think positive, but like just kind of more middle of the road type deal. I think this is probably another 6 for me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe a 7? Probably not. IMG, your turn.
Well, shit. No, okay. No, I just need to make that. Honestly, I do not like this EP. I'm going to be absolutely honest. So one thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about Cyclops Army is I really liked the kind of weird and wonky sound design, like the little kind of like tiny little things. This EP has absolutely none of that. Like, it doesn't really seem diverse. It seems more like just typical kind of bro step rhythm type stuff. And honestly, I'd be fine with this, but I don't know. It just kind of seemed bland in my first time listening to it, and I didn't have really just go re-listen to it because I didn't really feel motivated to go re-listen to it because it was pretty bland, if you ask me. So, otherwise, yeah, that's about all I can say about it. It's a shit out of 10.
Whoa. Okay. That works
Okay,
because
okay.
that works because
Yeah.
the EP name. I was like, holy shit, disrespect, but no, that's fine. That works.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. More middle of the road on Mastadon.
Yeah.
It is important to keep in mind that he is like 17 years old making this
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Yeah,
So-
it's not the age. It's not from like, oh, he's too young, you know. It's all shit. It's more of a I just don't like it, you know.
Yeah.
I believe that I am a little I'm pretty sure I'm a little younger than Mastodon, but
You're 16, right?
no, I'm 17. I think I'm like
Oh,
a couple months younger than him.
He
But-
was the first artist that I heard of that was younger than me. That was a that was a weird moment. Yeah.
Speaking of middle of the road, we should start talking about the EP that's in the middle of things we're supposed to be reviewing.
Overdrive remixes, right? On the same page
Yes.
there? Yeah, perfect. I think this is the last thing we have to talk about, right?
yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Nice. All right, we had a thick list today, and we're finally at the end. Okay. I'm gonna start with this because Space Laces. Overdrive. The Overdrive EP was my favorite project from last year. Just in general. And Overdrive is one of my favorite songs from last year as well. The title track. I think that's one of my that's one of my favorite Space Laces songs ever. And also just one of my favorite dubstep tracks. Period. So and I like the rest of the EP. Like not as much as that, but like I think every track is pretty fantastic. So this one had quite a lot to live up to. And they definitely did a good job making the lineup stacked because every artist here is fucking huge. So let's see where to start with this thing. I guess starting with like the Ricky San remix of Kaiju, because Ricky San's also one of my favorite artists. So and Kaiju's probably my second favorite track from the original EP. So I was very highly I was highly anticipating this thing. And it's kind of in a weird place because I love the ideas presented here, but it's only a minute and 30 seconds of music basically because the last 30 seconds are just a stretched out outro. But like there's I think I think the first drop is hardcore. I don't know the specific genre. I don't even know if it technically is hardcore, but
I think it's 150 BPM, and then there's hardcore kicks. So yeah, I'd say it's hardcore.
Okay, nice. I like that idea a lot, and like the deep dub drop was fucking cool as well. I just wish it was like extended and there was something else because like as of right now, this feels like a demo, and Ricky was like, yeah, I'll slap a outro on it and send it over. So I'm kind of on that. With the rest of the tracks, I thought that Company's remix was pretty awesome. Although I feel like the orchestral intro doesn't work as well as the track thinks it does.
Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. I just re-listened to it real quick. It's hard trap, not hardcore. There you go.
Hard trap. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll show you a few examples later.
All right. Actually,
a lot of laters.
Actually, yeah. There's a lot. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to stick around, but we'll see. The Fizzo remix of Cheeseburger barely even sounds like Cheeseburger, but that's okay because this one slaps too. The most common least favorite of this thing is the Torque remix by Gammer. I've seen a lot of people kind of shitting on it.
I genuinely think people are shitting on it just because it's Gammer.
Yeah.
I
Literally,
think
it just kind of fits with the package. It sounds like Torque, but hardcore, and then dubstep drop that. To me, I get Ivory vibes from it, but
the dubstep drop is fine, I think, but nothing mind blowing. I really do like the hardcore bit. I wish it took up more space in the track though. It's like it's like nothing, and that's what Gamber does best, you know. Maybe you'll put out an edit or something. Probably not though. Yeah, okay. So like my feelings on this thing overall, I don't think it really comes close to how good the originals were, but it's still pretty solid, and there's some big names here. So I don't know. Check it out if you like bass music. IMG, what do you got?
All right. Well, let's address the elephant in the room that is the Gamma remix. I'm a big fan of hardcore. If you know me, you know that. But yeah, I think this remix definitely had the most hitting power, and that's probably pretty biased considering, like I said, I like hardcore. But yeah, definitely those kind of like I think it was almost like psycore in like the first drop. Like those psycore kicks were really cool, along with the mix into like dubstep, you know. Kaiju was really cool with that hard trap drop or whatever. Otherwise, I don't really have much else to say. I liked all the tracks. They just some of them just didn't stand out to me as much as others. But yeah, so yeah, I'd say it's an overall 7.5 maybe.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
probably my thought. Gabriino, what is going on in that cranial cavity of yours?
Alright, so I'll go from... Okay, so originally I did a like pre-release ranking of it, like predicting which of the remixes would be my favorite. And needless to say, my prediction was very wrong except for my bottom pick. My bottom pick was the Pfizer remix. I don't like it.
Accurate.
I'm not a fan of kick, snare, snare, snare. It's not my favorite sound. And then also, it just straight up doesn't sound like Cheeseburger. It just sounds like a Pfizer single with Cheeseburger samples. I think I originally thought the Gamma remix would be my number 1, and it ended up being my number 4, and that's not because it's bad, it's just because the other remixes are better, in my opinion. I completely agree with the fact that the hardcore part should have been better, because that's the only part I heard of it, and I thought it would be like the first and second drop would be hardcore, and then the middle drop would be dubstep, with the way it was presented in the teaser.
That would have been better.
Yeah, it would have like in the teaser it played the hardcore part first and then the dubstep part, so I thought maybe like first drop would be hardcore, second drop would be dubstep, third drop would be hardcore. But I am wrong. Trying to remember. Company Remix is really cool. I think it's Overdrive, but there's a lot more noise happening. And
Yeah.
I like that. What remix am I missing? There's the Ricky-san remix.
I don't think you talked about the Ricky-san remix.
Yeah,
unless I missed it.
Am I forgetting one?
I'm
definitely forgetting one.
Chop is Sudden Death.
Oh, yes. It sounds like a sudden death song. That's my comment on that. Which is a good thing. I like sudden death. But it sounds like a sudden death song, so not really much else to say. And then the Ricky-san remix is my favorite because it's Ricky-san, which I really like, and then it's Kaiju, which is the song I wasn't really a fan of, so it kind of fixed the song for me. And I really like that second drop a lot. So
Yeah, no, I mean like the, you know, everything besides the length with that track is just fucking amazing.
Mhm.
I just want it to be longer. That's it. It's too much to ask, but shit. I think we did it. Wow.
Well, boys,
We-
we did it.
Oh my god, we did it. We ran out
Fake
of music.
music only is no more.
Oh my god, genre elitists are no more. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
No, definitely not.
I'm still here.
Yeah. As long as you're still kicking. But yeah, shit. I would
Not in
love
reference
to.
to the Mastadon EP.
Yeah,
though.
yes. I just say that sometimes. Sorry. But yeah, as much as I would love to stick around and chat, I do have a lot of things that I need to do today. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up unless you guys are opposed to that.
I'm opposed. We must keep Finicheti
We
here
we
eternally.
oh Christ. FMO is
No
a
leaving
prison.
allowed.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, that's huge. We appreciate you. Links to everything that we talked about are gonna be in the description, as well as timestamps. Although that doesn't matter if you're here. Um, but not to mention all of our social media links, our Discord server, which you should totally join. It's dead as fuck. And links to everything that sorry, links to everything that the Half Heart Project has, YouTube channel, Twitter, all that. Go follow
Hell
them up
yeah.
on there. They're putting out good stuff until September, where they're gonna fizzle out and die. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's been cursed by the big Finicheti.
Yes. Mark these words. Ooh. But yeah. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.